What's happening, guys? On my way to see the new One Piece movie, Stampede. I'm gonna do a quick review when I get back. See y'all soon. Woo! What's happening, guys? The real Corazon back for a new video. This one's a little different as I'm actually reviewing a movie rather than a TV show or anime, whatever you want to call it. And what I'm reviewing is indeed One Piece Stampede. This is a movie, so it's obviously different. Earlier we were given these cool little poster things. The lineup to watch Stampede wasn't too bad, but yeah, I mean the crowd was really good. It was very hype. Everyone really enjoyed the movie, and to give us a cool little poster like this was a cool little souvenir. So let's get right into the review. Now, what I want to say before I begin the video is it will not follow the rules of the other video where the first half is non-spoiler and the second half is spoiler. Just because if you watch One Piece Stampede, you're basically spoiling a lot of the anime already for you since we're past episode 900. So I don't assume anyone who's going to watch this movie has not, you know, seen the 900 episodes. So if you don't care and you just want to watch this review video because you like me, then even better. But what I will say is, if you are like Dressrosa or pre-time skip, anywhere before Whole Cake, I don't recommend watching this video because there will be things that will be spoiled for you. Anyways, let's just get right into the video. So this movie is very good, and there's a lot of reasons why. The number one reason is the amount of characters that I brought into it. So you have characters like Fujitora, Mihawk, Bartolomeo, Cavendish, the Worst Generation, all of them are there. Every single one of them. Bonnie, Captain Kidd, Trafalgar Law. Now you also have characters like Crocodile, all the Straw Hats. There's no, well, Kizaru's in it, Akanu is slightly in it, but overall, it's just this huge combustion and bashing of like all your favorite characters in like an hour and a half. I don't know how long it is. Let's just say an hour and a half. And every time someone big comes into the screen, because I watched it in theaters, everyone started cheering. When Mihawk entered, he didn't enter for long. He was in for like 2 scenes. But when he entered the scene, you should have seen the entire movie theater just going wild. Boa Hancock, another one, pretty wild. Bartolomeo, everyone loves Bartolomeo. Whole theater gone wild. So the purpose of this specific movie was to find a treasure inside a little treasure box, and I won't spoil what was inside the treasure box just because if you haven't watched the movie, I don't want to give away the whole like plot of it. But essentially the main villain was someone on Gold Roger's crew, and the treasure is one of, you know, Gold Roger's treasures, and they're all basically in a race to go get it. But you find out the whole purpose of this pirate festival was not actually to, you know, give away treasure, but to indeed trap a lot of the Marines and a lot of the pirates and kill them with the person who was on Roger's crew, who back in the day used to rival Rayleigh, which is something like super cool, by the way. Like the main character's name is the main villain, sorry, his name's Bullet, and he is like ridiculously strong. He has awakened hockey. He has just about everything. And it's a really good movie. The fight scenes are really good, and you see the Worst Generation working together. And in the end, you have like this really cool crew where it's let me see, it was Sabo, Crocodile, Boa Hancock, Luffy, Smoker, and kind of Bugger the Clown, not really, but they're all on one team working together to kill this guy in the end of the movie. And yeah, it's just cool because you don't see these characters often working together. You know, you see Luffy work with them every once in a while, but to have them all in one place is really dope. And it just gives you a really cool scene where you see them all standing just like this, and it's like, yo, we're about to, you know, take this guy down. I don't care if you're a part of Gold Roger's crew, you're trying to hurt my friends. Oh, that reminds me, Usopp. This movie, Usopp shines. He has one of the biggest roles in the movie, and the amount of character development this man has had since we started the anime is, whoo! Usopp, I have so much respect for at this point. He really has grown. He really has grown. He showed us a side of him, almost like a hero side, where he does cower, but in the end, he always pulls through. So I think it's cool to see Usopp in this setting, and it's cool to see, you know, Luffy doing his usual Luffy, where if you hurt one of his best friends, he goes after you with the hammer. We see a few different forms of Luffy. We see Snake Man, we see Bounce Man, and we also see something that we haven't seen before, which we have seen before, but we haven't seen it at this level. It's the final blowing punch. As a lot of you may know, he blows his arm to be like enormous. And it's one of the better scenes in the movie because you just watch and you're like, holy crap. A lot of you may be thinking when you watch the movie, like, how the hell was Luffy able to beat Bullet when he completely demolished him, like, literally, like, 20 minutes before? And I think it's because when you use the Awaken Haki, it drains your life a lot. It drains your stamina, per se. And because he did the Awaken Haki Bullet, Luffy was able to essentially beat him for that reason, and with the help of his friends, of course. Huge shout out to Boa Hancock. Wow, she is stronger than we originally thought she was. Now, it is hard to measure just how strong the Shichibukai are, because with some of them, we don't get strong indications. Like with a guy like Mihawk, there's been some like indication that he is as strong as Shanks, but we don't know for sure. And Boa Hancock's another one. We know she's very strong. She's very good at hockey, but we don't know quite how strong she really is because most of her stuff is pre-time skip, and we all know pre-time skip, you know, power scaling is really hard. So Boa Hancock shows a few kicks where she's breaking down Bullet, where other people couldn't do that. So you're like, wow, this person's a lot stronger than they actually are. But yeah, Trafalgar Law plays a pretty big role in it. Crocodile plays a pretty big role in it, and overall, it's just a really good movie entirely. I don't have too many complaints. I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Normally, when you combine just such an immense amount of characters, you get, you know, a lot of muffled stories, a lot of muffled fights. But in this case, you don't get that. You just get a lot of cool scenes. I think this movie wasn't so much for, you know, canon content. It was more just like a hype movie, you know, going into Wano and get people excited for Wano, because although it's not connected to Wano, it's One Piece hype, so people might get back to One Piece and watch Wano. You know, it's been a little bit slow lately, but it's gotten a lot better. Now there is one scene I want to talk about, and this scene is one of my favorite scenes in One Piece all time. And that is where Luffy is trying to escape, and then Kizaru sends like his light beams at him, and then out of nowhere you see these two giant flames just coming, and it creates a path for them that goes miles, like we can't even see it, it goes for miles and miles, and basically just protecting them. And when Luffy looks back and sees Sabo, so Sabo got, you know, the girl who can do the picture, like she can make a picture come to life for like a certain amount of time, not very long, but Sabo makes her, you know, create Ace. And that scene right there is one of my favorite scenes. I am an Ace supporter till I die. I love Ace. He reminds me, him and Luffy are very similar characters, so to love Luffy and hate Ace never made sense to me. And basically they're back to back, and Ace is doing his little stance like this, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but it's just such a beautiful scene. You know, we've come so far along in One Piece. Seeing Ace deaths and whatnot was one of the harder things to go through because everyone loved Ace at the time. And to see him come back for the movie, and even though it was just a picture, but regardless, he was with Sabo, and it was just such a touching moment. So that's one of my favorite One Piece moments all time. So I mean, I think, man, I don't have too much to say. I talked a lot. I give away a lot of spoilers, so I don't want to, you know, give away too much more. If you've come along this far, again, I just want to thank you for watching a video. It means a lot to me. So, you know, leave a comment of anything you think I missed or should have said, or any ideas you had about the movie that you'd like to add. But I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. It's completely subjective rating. I know it maybe shouldn't be that high, but this movie was my favorite anime movie I've ever seen. So I'm out, guys. Like, subscribe, and turn that bell on.